is that Justin Fields will be starting week 3 in place of Andy Dalton. So Andy Dalton has a sprained knee. Matt Nagy did come out and say that it is not an ACL, so that is positive news if you are an Andy Dalton fan like I am. I do think Andy Dalton is a top 15 quarterback in the league if he is given a chance, but obviously, he hasn't been able to really get his footing ever since he's left Cincinnati. He was a backup quarterback in Dallas, and he got knocked out pretty viciously, if you guys remember, by good old Chase Young there. But Justin Fields has been named starter for the week 3 for the Chicago Bears, and they will be traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. So, obviously, guys, the Cleveland Browns is a pretty solid defensive team. They held Kansas City down, and the Browns are the Browns. Not like the old school Browns, but the Browns are a much better, much improved. Many people are picking them to go to the at least the AFC title game this year. So it is definitely going to be a test for Justin Fields. So the question that I'm going to propose to everybody out there in the YouTube world here, youtube.com/Man Hour and Big X Sports Radio 96.1. You can listen to us every day at 4 through 6 p.m. on there, Monday through Friday. Is Andy Dalton ever going to get his starting job back? And we've heard what Matt Nagy had to say. Matt Nagy said, "Hey, this is Andy's job. Once he comes back, this is his job. Fields is just here as a placeholder because Dalton is injured." And guys, Matt Nagy has to be talking out both ends of his mouth right now. There is no way that he can go back to Andy Dalton after Justin Fields. Because Justin Fields is the future of the team. Let's just be flat out honest. Justin Fields is the future of this team. He is the heir to the throne, or whatever words you want to use. It's just it is coming sooner than we all expected. Mr. BC Combs said that by week 4. I said maybe week 1 by next year, but certainly not week 3. So with all that being said, we have to ask this question. Let's say Justin Fields has a successful rest of the season. Let's say he leads them to 8 wins this season. Obviously that is a winning underneath Justin Fields as a starter. Obviously not a team win, but as a winner, Justin Fields would be a winning quarterback at that point. Does Matt Nagy lose his job after that point? And I have to say yes. I think if Justin Fields is successful, I think Matt Nagy will lose his job. Why? Because everybody's going to be questioning, well, why didn't Justin Fields start week 1? Why didn't Justin Fields start week 2? Why did you have to wait until Andy Dalton got hurt to put Justin Fields in there? Matt Nagy is playing with a double-edged sword right now, and quite frankly, it is not on his favor. He has a sharp end on this side of the neck and the sharp end on the other side of the neck. So he pretty much has to hope that Justin Fields is just bad enough to, keep his job, but not too good to make his lose his job either. He is definitely have to toe that line a tad bit. And I see over there on the old Twitter machine, we are streaming this live on Twitter tonight, as well, man_hour_radio. They ask, why do you think Matt Nagy will lose his job? Because I think Matt Nagy will lose his job because, one, Justin Fields, let's say he is better than Andy Dalton, which I'm not saying he is not, but I think Justin Fields is better than Andy Dalton right now. Basically, I like at least athletically wise and every aspect of the game besides the actual, mindset of preparing for a game. People are going to question, well, why didn't you start him week 1? And how do you answer that if you're Matt Nagy? I don't think you can answer that, to be flat out honest. I don't think you can answer, well, I started Andy Dalton because he's a veteran. Yes, I've sat here and said that Justin Fields needed to sit a year. Yes, that's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way Matt Nagy would have been able to keep his job this year is if Justin Fields sat the whole year. Because the minute you put Justin Fields in there and he starts lighting it up, Kind of like how Lamar Jackson came in week 9 his rookie year and lit it up. I think he even led him to the playoffs. And people are questioning, well, why wasn't he playing the full season? Luckily, John Harbaugh, had a good team and a good repertoire over there. Matt Nagy does not have that. So it's definitely going to be questioned a lot why Justin Fields wasn't in there. So